Okay, so PH, you've been working on this project, yeah, Boity, that you got to drop, or rather, we listened to it today. Tell us a bit about it and the process that went into it.
Well, the process was quite intense. We started earlier this year, maybe June, between June or whatever, during the lockdown. So she was really pressured to release the album. So Bash approached me and said, "Yeah, here's the story. We need to release the album." And yeah, we just get to work. So I'm known for doing that. I'm known for that, putting albums together. You know what I mean? So I was very happy to be part of it. And also personally, I've noticed Boity from the Kulichana days when I was producing Kulichana. She used to rap every Kulichana line, everything with Twako. So even Kuli used to tell me like, "Yo, this girl, she raps all her lines, and when she raps, she really sounds good." You know what I mean? So from then, there's always an interest in her being a rapper. So when the opportunity came for me, it was like a full circle. Like, yeah, this is it, let's do it.
And I think it's Bash or PH. They mentioned, Kagara PH or Reason. They mentioned something important that you took the already 3 singles that she already had, and you somehow put them into this EP, and you created a story through the other tracks that you did. I mean, how do you do that?
You listen, man. I mean, the funny thing about music, it's you give out music so people can hear it. But for someone that makes music, you need to listen before you can make the music. So for me, I had to listen to Boity, listen to Bash, listen to Reason, and find out where they were, because they started the project a little ahead of me. You know what I mean? So I understand the story, and then just take my whole experience and put what I know and try to get the best out of her. So my whole job is to get the best out of artists. You know what I mean? Like in every word, every verse, every idea, get the best out of her and make sure it comes out the best way possible. So that was my job, and I felt I did that very well.
You spoke about producing for Kulichana and them, and so does that mean that you were selected to be part of this project because of that Mutoko influence that you have, or just because of the diversity of what you can do with playing around with what's cool and the new wave of what hip hop in South Africa is about?
I would like to think it's the later one, no, the second one. Mutoko hasn't been top of head for a long time, so I don't think I was noticed because of a Mutoko thing, but more because of the impact I can do and what I've done with other artists. I mean, the last artist I produced was Soma Josie last year, so and she won an award. So I think it was more my experience and what I'm able to do in taking South African music and relating it back to the artists, you know what I mean, and making sure it comes out a certain way that South Africans can relate to it, and she's able to also sell it herself and enjoy her music, you know what I mean? So that's just producing. That's just producing, yeah.
But how does it feel as a producer when you get to hear that a track that you have created is like award-winning, or is gaining a lot of accolades? Like, I don't know, is it more of a celebratory moment for you, even though it is so much of a win to an artist?
Definitely, you know what I mean? Wow, though, I mean, whatever is a win to an artist, it automatically becomes a win to the producer, and for me to see my songs being out there and people responding to them and taking my ideas and taking whatever I put in there and actually responding to it positively, it's always good motivation and a good fuel for you to go on and keep doing what you're doing. That's what's kept me for the last 10 years, So the response from people and knowing that what I'm doing is affecting people in a positive way. So yeah, it's always good, man. But I don't always get to, how can I say, like really get to smell my flowers a lot. You know what I mean? Because South African music, man, we don't get to play all our music. No, there's very few South African music that's on radio. And if we had to play all our music, I think you'll get to hear a lot more of what I'm able to do, So in the last 10 years, most people probably know me for 3 songs, but I've done so much more. And that's because of exposure. So, but I'm glad like people that within the game, like the Bashes, the Boitys, and the Reasons, know that, even though it's not a public thing, know that I'm able to do that, and then they use that to their advantage.
But Spotify has just dropped, like the charts and a collection of what has made the top charts or the greatest music that we've heard throughout this year. And I mean, don't you think that the use of digital streaming has become more important than getting to hear something over the radio?
Definitely. But then definitely, it's definitely the streaming way is definitely the way to go. But we have to look at our situation in South Africa. We can't act as if we're a world, but we're living in South Africa. Our situation in South Africa right now is that internet is not everywhere. We don't have access to all of these things, and most of the consumers still go out and buy music. You know what I mean? And still want to have that experience. So unless we can create a way that we can get our music closer to our people, the digital way is still kind of very minimal in the sense of selling enough to the people, because the majority of South Africa doesn't have that internet or streaming services that most of us do. So we still kind of rely on people actually going to buy the album, you know, to actually make money. So until it gets to that point, we're going to rely on that. We're always going to rely on that.
Speaking of, which track had the best energy in studio? Like making that track left like the greatest memories from the project?
I would have to say the intro. I mean, most of the songs, but I'd have to say the intro only because I think Boity was really impressive for me there, you know. She doesn't have a chorus there. She raps throughout the whole song, and her rap ability, I think, is close to none, man. She really knows how to rap. She really knows how to carry her words, deliver them, and make sure that she comes out the right way, and she takes instructions. And that was the one song that I was really involved in from jump, you know. And for me to see her come out the way she did, taking instructions and coming out the way she did, and she really impressed me. I really think she's really top rapper in South Africa, hands down.
Well, you heard it from Mr. Producer. You better check it out. Go stream it. It will be, obviously, I guess by the time you watch this, it's available already on all digital media, digital streaming platforms. Yeah. Get it? Okay. And thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe to Carve Africa at Carve_Africa and all social media platforms. We are also available on YouTube. I'm chilling with PH Raw X. You know.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Thank you.
It's your album. Peace.